Of the many amazing dishes to be made with morel mushrooms, pizza has to be one of the best. And you don't need any special gear to do it, although a pizza peel and a stone are nice. All you'll need are a few basic ingredients for the crust and whatever you want to put on top. Pizza also lends itself well to improvisation in just about every department. You can experiment with different cheeses, sauces, toppings, and spices. Our typical pizza with morels consists of sautéed onions, red peppers, and morels, smothered by a mix of mozzarella, fontina, and Parmesan cheeses, and fresh oregano. Start by making your pizza dough. You'll want to do this at least a couple hours before mealtime since the dough needs to rest. In this recipe, we're using a scale to weigh out the primary dry ingredients. Measure out 800 grams of flour, 200 grams of semolina, 14 grams of yeast. The rest is measured by volume: 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 tablespoon salt, roughly 2.5 to 3 cups of water, and a few dollops of olive oil for your pizza dough while it rests. I like to mix my dry ingredients together using the flat mixing paddle and then slowly add the water. Then I switch to the dough hook to knead the dough.
I wish that was cookie dough.
At first, the dough will be slightly too wet and a lot of it will cling to the sides. But within a few minutes, it will begin forming a vortex, or what is sometimes called a tornado effect. When the base of the vortex is about an inch or so wide and is connected with the mixing bowl, the dough is just about right. If the base of the vortex disconnects from the mixer, then it's become too dry and needs a little bit of water. With a little practice, it's easy to find the sweet spot. Then remove the dough from the mixer and roll it out with some flour to divide it. This recipe makes 6 small pizzas, so we're preparing 6 oval-shaped balls and dolloping on some olive oil, which will act as a moisture barrier, enhancing flavor, color, and texture. Put a little olive oil on the tray as well. Cover with saran wrap and let it rest for 2 to 4 hours. This rest time allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to stretch. It also allows for some fermentation where the yeast releases CO2, improving the texture of the crust. While the dough is resting, prepare your sauce and toppings. We'll be using a garlic parmesan white sauce for this one, but pesto is another great option for morel pizza. For the white sauce recipe, you will need 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 1/4 cup of milk. I like to use half and half. 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, and 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Slowly melt your butter. As soon as it's melted, sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of flour. Stir the butter and flour together for about 2 minutes. Be careful not to have your heat set too high. This step is important. It prevents the sauce from being grainy. We want a silky smooth sauce. The next step is to slowly add the milk. Add a couple tablespoons at a time at first. Stir well after each addition. At first, the sauce will be stubborn, but after you incorporate about half the milk into the sauce, it will eventually loosen up. At this point, you can add the rest of the milk. Cook a couple more minutes and remove from the heat. Add your garlic and cheese and set aside for now. Chop up a half a cup of onion, a half a cup red pepper, and saute them in butter or whatever fat you prefer. Now it's time to cook morels. Morels cannot be eaten raw, so it's a good idea to saute them before they even go into the oven. Cook them in your favorite fat, butter, oil, lard, or tallow, for a solid 10 minutes. By that time, the morels will have released their water and most of it should have evaporated. At this point, I like to add some cream sherry to deglaze the skillet and smother the morels in the wonderful glaze this produces. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Form your pizza on a pizza peel or any tray large enough. Put a little semolina underneath the dough to help prevent sticking, making the pizza easy to slide into the oven. Spread on the white sauce. Then add the morels, onions, and peppers, and then the cheeses. We like to use a combination of mozzarella, fontina, and parmesan, but this is a fun place to experiment. If you don't use all the pizza dough on the first day, just throw it in the fridge. They'll continue to ferment slowly for 3 to 5 days and take on more of a sourdough flavor. Then you'll get to do all this again.